Welcome to Still Up Sports. We're recapping the Broncos Falcons preseason week 1 game. Not only are we going to talk about what may have happened in the preseason game, but we're going to really dive into a Jonah Coleman fan club meeting right here. We have the president of the Jonah Coleman fan club right here, Jay the Dream Weaver. How you doing?
Oh, buddy. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Oh, how are you? Dude, I'm doing great. I'm having a great night. We got like a nice little fireside chat. I've got my nice smoking jacket on here. Nice wood pipe here. I got a little candlelight going. I mean, we're really setting the mood here, bud. Like,
this is how you get ready for a Jonah Coleman discussion. You light some candles, you grab a pipe, you put on the nice little outfit, and you relax and enjoy yourself.
I tell you what I even did. I made myself a nice cup of tea. Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Absolutely. Nice. Ain't nothing like a nice tea bag at 2:30 in the morning. Let's go.
Well, we definitely teabagged the Falcons. I will say that. God
yes, we did.
Bless Falcons fans,
we sure
man. I feel bad for the team that they may end up having to watch this year. There may be one or two fantasy darlings on that team, but that does not mean anything's good coming for them.
No, from a fantasy perspective, how could you have any confidence in Tua or Penix? Like,
no,
that team is a rudderless ship. I wouldn't draft anyone on that team.
No, not at all. Man, we'll spend a few minutes real quick on the other stuff, and then we'll get into our guy, Jonah Coleman, because there's some great stuff with Jonah. I mean, he looked at it as advertised. We will say that, a little tease. So you stick around for 10 minutes, and we'll get into the Jonah Coleman talk, guys. But first, we got some, housekeeping. So first, do me a favor and go subscribe to Still Up Sports on YouTube. We're at 136, guys. I want to hit 200 before I get to Denver in November. I think that would be a fun little goal. Hit 200 before then, and then maybe I could bust my ass and maybe see what I leave Denver with,
You might as well, dude. You might as well. I mean, when in Rome.
Absolutely. So then besides that, guys, we are on X. We're on Instagram. And then besides that, we're also on TikTok. So come check us out. And then we're always rocking the Goonsville on set. Not a paid sponsor. Goonsville is just amazing. Goonsville's family. I can't wait to see Petros when I get back out there. We might have some stuff in the works down the line with Still Up in Goonsville, but just stay tuned, guys. But go check out Goonsville. Go support him and tell him Cody sent you. And again, come like and comment, subscribe. It really helps, guys. YouTube loves when you comment and loves when you like. YouTube does not give a crap if you do neither. So do one of those. It helps. All right. We're going to get right into this conversation, man, because there's some good stuff that came out of this game, man. Riley Moss looking good. You have Jahdae Barron looking good. Man, you got Jaleel McLaughlin looking good until he fumbled. Typical Jaleel type. That's why some people may have been talking about, are you going to keep a fourth running back? That right there tells me why you don't need to, because you have a Jonah Coleman that looks so competent. And, if Jaleel's doing that, it's typical Jaleel play,
Well, and I was shouted down earlier from the rooftops for saying this, blasphemy, but I guess we also have another running back in Adam Prentice that no one had on their bingo card.
Man.
And no thank you for me. We have a goal line back now. His name is Jonah.
See, I've been a big Prentice fan. I love a good fullback. I love a good fullback dive, little fullback run. But in this case, they took a good possible touchdown away from our guy, and our guy earned it. He got them down that field.
You took food out of my kid's mouth. All right, feed my guy. He's hungry. Yeah,
and so disappointing for Jaleel because he was having a really good game, and then to have that fumble, it really just made you. It really sunk in when I saw that fumble happen. I was like, oh, there goes all that good progress for Jaleel.
Yeah, right.
And then let's see, you have Cortland, man. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, from that fumble, hopefully he doesn't fall into the Audric Estime crowd of one fumble and you're done. Like, you're completely out of the trust circle.
Absolutely. Hopefully not. That would be very disappointing. Jaleel, he made that team in 2022, and a lot of people were like, yeah, this guy can definitely make that team. I don't know if can make this team. I don't know about this team.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton, man, he had 3 catches for 60 yards. Looking like those rest days, man. Those rest days might have really, maybe Cortland was a little bored on those days off. He had to get some energy out.
Yeah, what an oxymoron, two opposites to have all this extra vet time, but yet we're gonna highlight you right out of the gate. Like, doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Let's see.
Good for Corey.
Pat Bryant made a catch. Troy Franklin made a catch. Getting the ball around. Davis Webb, props to him getting the ball around to a lot of people. I mean, Evan Ingram got the ball. He spread the ball around pretty well.
I was gonna say, what was your 2 cents on Davis Webb? Like, just the big picture differences that you saw, if any.
Oh man, I feel like we'll see even more next week with Bo. That's what I'm really excited for, and maybe hopefully we have at least a center out there that's not the third or fourth on the depth chart. So hopefully we have Forsyth back out there at least next week. And it sounds like it's trending that way for Forsyth to be back for next preseason game. No, I liked what I saw. I mean, look at what we did. Look at the points we put up on the board. It may at times it may have sputtered, but it put up plenty of points. We got there. It doesn't matter how it looks when you get there. I mean, we got there.
It was fast paced.
Yes.
It was not methodical. It didn't need to be, an 8-minute drive. Like we looked like how we did in the fourth quarters last year, but like in the first. Finally,
man, that offense. So I was going to say, probably it makes sense. So some people were disappointed not to see Bo out there, and you shouldn't be disappointed with that. You don't want his first game coming back off of injury on that turf field, let alone when you're down 2 centers and all that. But in terms of like what the quarterbacks got out of this offense, minus Ellinger having to play with some lesser level competition that he could throw the ball to. I thought that Davis had these QBs really rolling.
Yeah. I mean, Sammy E, I'm sure we'll talk about the quarterbacks in itself, but Sammy E left a little to be desired, I thought. I maybe had a little higher hopes for him to make it a larger competition with Stiddy. But to your point, it's early. It's just one game. And the next preseason game, maybe they flip-flop. And Stiddy goes in the second half, and Ellinger gets first reps. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see Stiddy get like the second half next week, or like the final quarter or so, and maybe he doesn't play as well with those third, fourth string receivers. Let's see. Joseph Manchak. One last other note that I had. I had a few notes, but I mean, these were the big ones. And Joseph Manchak, man, where'd this guy come out from? He's officially been, retweeted by the NFL. That's crazy.
It's a name, dude. It's a name that pops off the paper.
I didn't know about him. I didn't know he was even there.
I didn't either. Completely off my radar. And that's so goes preseason football, man. Like,
first time I heard that name.
Yep. And I thought it was wild that, as cool as that name is, there's 3 others in his family named that same thing. He's the 4th.
How much testosterone is flowing through that family?
Oh, yeah.
With that kind of name?
I'm sure there are generational noogies and, I don't know. Just it profiles definitely as a yacht club, probably family. Once you're throwing 4ths and 5ths out in your generations, you're up there. Like,
well, I looked into him, and he went to Houston. That's all I know is he played at Houston.
Oil money, huh?
Yeah. Right. That landman. Oh man. We had a little backup QB, battle. We'll get into that real quick. Sam Ellinger, 10 for 14, 67 yards, 81 QB rating, and then you got Jarrett Stidham, 9 of 15. 131, and then 1 sack, 1 touchdown. But Jarrett came out and played with confidence. I think he was trying to deal with some of those naysayers. The way he was playing, you could tell Jarrett was like trying to shut some people up. But
Tim
I don't
Dog,
know how much that makes me feel. Tim Dog, you are awesome, man. Looking fresh with that new haircut. Man, Tim was looking fresh with that new haircut, man.
Absolutely. Hey, we got the hookups. We got the hookups. So gotta love the sponsors. But yeah, dude, Tim Dog's the shit.
All right. My mother says still, what's up, Jay? She says, hey, what's up, Jay?
What's up, JC Bear? You know, I am JC in a Facebook sense. It's my first name and then middle name. So, you know, there is a part of JC out there.
And then you got Jonah Coleman, you know, JC.
Lockstep. Is it not a coincidence here, Cody? Like, and I won't even shout out the big man, JC. I mean, you know, it all falls in line here.
Yeah, if anything, the big man had something to do with Jonah being graced on this earth with us.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the dude was chiseled, you know, from stone.
All right, we're going to get a few stats named off real quick and then winners real fast, and then we'll jump right into Jonah Coleman. Winners real fast, Jarrett Stidham, fair enough. And I mean, he's separated himself a little bit. We'll see what this next this next preseason game entails. But at the moment, it's fair to say Jarrett Stidham has separated himself a little bit. Broncos chat. JC is the best initials.
It is.
Yep. I mean, look at God. He named his son with those initials. So you can't argue with that.
Not too bad.
Good evening, guys. Regardless whether Stiddy is QB2 or not, or that goes to Ellinger, coach is going to keep them both. Of course, both are probably staying. I think we're keeping 3 QBs on the roster.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think Sammy will be a pretty easy practice squatter. I don't think anyone's poaching him, at least with the tape so far.
In general, they're all sticking around, I guess. That's what I should say, is they're going to stick around. Yes. You're going to keep someone around. Let's see. Davis Webb, of course, probably, you know, a winner. Everyone likes what they saw so far from that offense. I'm excited. Again, I think that we're going to see more of what that offense looks like with Bo. And even that some of these concepts and formations and the way you run an offense in the preseason sometimes isn't inclusive to what it looks like during the regular season. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely excited. That's some big stuff too. Reed, Barron, Coleman. Yeah. Also, Red Baron was out there, man. You know, he's the Red
Proving
Baron
those naysayers
there.
wrong.
Murdoch.
Proving those naysayers wrong, man.
Yeah.
It was nice because we heard, you know, really bad stories out of camp from Barron. Like, not even last year's narratives, you know, and there was plenty to say about him last year, but even this year it wasn't looking good. So he needed a game. He needed a moment like that. Good for him.
Yeah, I was going to say that at least most of camp, we were hearing bad things out of Barron, and I don't think necessarily that was like, it would sound like he just wasn't as sticky as Moss. And I remember seeing Luka Evans even coming out and saying like, yeah, he's had some good days. It just so happens like it's being overshadowed. And in that moment, it shows maybe he is having some good days still out there, and we just never paid attention.
It's true. I mean, it's hard to watch everyone. It's hard to have a definitive opinion about everyone in camp.
And that's where these surprising players, you know, that pop out of nowhere show up because you weren't paying attention. Like Manjal.
Absolutely. Last year, for me at least, it was Johnny Walker. And I know like he's still on the team, but last year was like, to me at least, the coming out party of like, who the hell is that?
And we've heard always have those people about Walker too.
Yep. 100%. But it's the time of the year of the unknowns. So they deserve their flowers.
I think it was Corinne Reed who tipped the ball on, I think it was that Moss interception, right? Or was it the Barron one?
The Barron one.
Because both of them resulted of tips, that's for sure.
Yep. I think the Moss one was tipped at line.
Yeah, it was tipped at the line. Someone tipped it.
Yeah.
But one thing I was going to say is because like we only got like I think the only sack came in the end from our boy Drew Sanders. But some people were shocked that there wasn't no sacks before. But at the same time, with these batted balls, I mean, they were getting there. They were getting their pressure. They were getting the balls batted down. I was not necessarily too worried about the sacks and stuff like that. Well, that might come in the future.
And I don't know if anyone else was floored, but I was floored to learn tonight that the Falcons were number 2 in the NFL in sacks last year. I didn't know that their defense was like big whoop.
Yeah, I didn't know they had motion like that.
Yep.
Yeah, no one saw that. Let's see, some stars shine brighter in the night sky, and then yep, that's absolutely true, Martin.
Well, Martin, it's a good thing we play on Monday Night Football then to begin the season.
Mm-hmm.
Stars come out.
Rocking the Goonsville. Much love to Petros. Absolutely.
Dude, we got to get Goonsville as some official merch here of both networks, man. Like, Petros got to hook it up. Like, we can have Goonsville all over it. We just need to slap, a couple other brands on it. But let's get some some partnerships going. I'll be all about that.
I will say, ever since before I started the channel, me and Petros have flirted with that idea for Still Up and stuff. Even if I want to at least have like a polo when I go to Denver, like Still Up polo, just so I can look a little clean walking around, trying 100%. To present myself.
Have the Goonsville on the back and neck of the polo.
He has done merchandise for companies and stuff and all that too. So like he's done work uniforms where like he'll put the Goonsville right here on the sleeve, but then still
kind of like the Nike symbol of any other polo. Sure.
And Petros get up on that. Petros is back at Boulder getting his MBA too.
Good for him, man. Go Buffs.
Yeah, he's hanging around Coach Prime often too, so that's how you know when you're hanging out in that man's area, his gravitational aura will just drip off onto you. And Petros already had aura, but just hanging around, Coach Prime, you're gonna get cooler just hanging around.
Coach Prime knows a good brand when he sees it.
Oh yeah, he just drips of sauce.
Yep.
Let's see, they rank 13th against the pass, and it's because of their pass rush. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very surprising. I didn't think, they were at that stature, but
yeah, no one thought that, and I was surprised too. Again, I feel bad for Falcons fans. They're in for a year of Tua throwing the ball with Kevin Stefanski coaching these guys. I will say he should have not gotten a job after Cleveland, and the fact that he went straight into a head coaching job shocks me.
Tim Dog, don't be stealing our ideas. Tim Dog's taking credit for that right out of the gate here, Cody. Can't believe it.
It's okay. Me and Petros, we have text. Okay, we've talked about this for a few months.
Proof.
Okay, yeah, there's proof. This has already been in the water. We just got to stir it up and make it happen.
Our order is up before yours, Tim. Okay, in the queue. We're in the queue.
Yeah, we're gonna get a queue and we'll just bug Petros.
There you go.
Let's see. A few last things. Let's see. Let's field goal block. That was actually impressive by the Falcons. God, remind me of Justin Simmons jumping over that line.
Yeah, in New Orleans. Yeah.
You know who I've been thinking about recently, who I've been seeing a lot on Instagram? Will Parks, Philly Will.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
he's been all over Instagram. And I'm like, man, I might have to DM Philly Will.
Mad respect for Will Parks. Did he go to Philadelphia? Was that his next stop, I think?
After the Broncos, he did go to Philly, which he's from Philly. So that was like Brandon Marshall coming to the Raiders, because Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, was a Raider, was a Raider fan.
That's right. That's cool, man. Yeah, I forgot about Will Parks. That's sick.
Yeah, that's just what that reminded me of. Anytime I see a guy jump over the line like that, I think of Justin Simmons, and I just immediately think of Will Parks running the ball back, his white cleats and the white sideline, and how pissed off Sean Payton must have been in that moment with the Saints. He's like, oh, look, white cleat. He stepped out of bounds. It's like, I remember that play call and them going back on the tape, and it's hard to tell with.
Don't you love Sean Payton still has that rivalry blood in him for the NFC South and poking at the Falcons fans?
I was thinking about texting you before the stream, and we should have just started the stream with empty chairs, and
absolutely
that could have been our disguise.
Terrific, dude! What a salty man! I love him. He's so petty. He's
still going to throw shots at these guys, and
he welcomes hate. He welcomes hate.
But do you think there's any chance any of that, like, obviously it goes towards like his old division rivals? You think there's any chance he lets any of that drip towards the Saints ever, or probably not?
No, that's sacred ground. Once you win a Super Bowl with somebody, and it's his only Super Bowl, so he knows.
When we played the Saints with Sean his first time as a Bronco, did he cry when he was there when we went back to New Orleans? Do you remember his reaction, or how was he? Because remember how the Colts got us with Peyton, and they got Peyton to cry when Peyton made his first appearance back. They played a big video and everything.
I don't think so, but I can't necessarily see Sean as much of a crier.
I think he was. I think he talked about it being emotional, but I think he contained himself.
Yeah.
Every time you think, every time you take a drink, Jay, it reminds me that we used to have mugs like that.
100%. And I love this just because it's a massive mug, so it's perfect for tea. You can't have a little mug, for tea. Gotta have it.
Absolutely. Let's see. A few other things real quick. JL Skinner, he was getting involved. He was active. He was moving around out there.
Yeah.
Made a big, what was that? Behind, like he stopped a run or something like that for -1 yard or something.
Yep, he was flying around, and we need to see him fly around because that's a very crucial depth position at safety that we're kind of down. Just with PJ Locke leaving, and there's just not a whole lot of proven, I guess, commodities behind our two starters.
Absolutely, I'm hoping to see some growth maybe through like Miles Scott or some of these younger guys. Yeah. I mean, definitely worry about we've had this discussion on the tight end or the inside linebacker. You're one or two guys with back-to-back injuries to being thin as hell. And I feel the same about safety. I'm not quite confident, that if you lose a BJ, that you got the adequate replacements for more than 1 or 2 games.
Well, and I said this earlier too. Need we not forget the only reason Talanoa Hufanga is on our team is because he is injury prone and San Francisco was cashed out on his injury woes. We just got super lucky that he was healthy all season last year relatively. So, something to keep in mind for sure. And at that, before we traded our first round draft pick for Waddle, safety was the position everyone was mocking to us. Like that was the primary position of need, in a
remember all the mock drafts. It was that Oregon safety.
Yep. Between that one and the Toledo one that had a hyphen. I can't remember their names, but yeah, both of those.
Yeah, we definitely got to keep an eye on some of these, depth spots. I wanted to see, no matter what, whether it was Reed or Bailey or if it was York or Murdoch, I just wanted to see, guys step up and make you feel a little comfortable if something happened. And it seemed like at least with Red Murdoch, I mean, he was your leading tackler today. Yeah, he's not Greenlaw.
Because he's not a female dog.
Did it surprise you that we played our starters as long as we did, especially on defense? What do you think, Jay?
I mean, I was surprised that the defense stayed out as long as they did. Yeah, I'm not surprised the offense didn't. I thought the offense probably needed a little bit longer time, just because some of the key people weren't playing anyways, like Bo, like Waddle, like JK. But the defense, you're a proven commodity. There's no reason for you to, need to flex your muscles. So yeah, I was kind of surprised on that side of the ball, at least. What about you?
I think that, so some people, what you didn't get to see, you'll see next week for sure. So if you feel like you wanted them out there a little longer, don't worry, you're going to get plenty of that next week. I definitely think that maybe they should have pulled the defense out a little sooner. I wanted to see more. I just wanted to see these young defensive guys just eat for longer. And again, we got 2 more games to see this stuff happen. I'm not going to rush it, especially, we know that final one, there's barely going to be any starters, I would assume, for much of that final one. Even if they do, it's going to be less than a quarter. I guess on offense, I think maybe I would have loved to see a few of the guys stay out there a little longer. I think it's case by case. Some of these guys, some of them, you want them out. Some of them, I would have loved to see Jonah out there for a little longer. They pulled him a lot faster.
Yeah,
I wanted
way quicker.
A full half
way
would have been
quicker
for Jonah.
I was really upset to see Jaleel in so quickly, because but doesn't that tell you all you need to know of what they think of him?
Exactly.
He is a starter. Here's 1 series or 2 series, get your legs wet and get out of there because we need you. Whereas Bidet and Jaleel, they're fighting for their lives. So they wanted a lot of run for them. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and then one last note, and then we'll immediately jump into Jonah since we started getting into Jonah. Jordan Jackson, I think he looked good. I like this young depth. I was talking about it earlier. I think that the Broncos D-line was, though you didn't get the sacks, I think you generated plenty of pressure all game. So I'm not too worried. Pressure and then, batted balls. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, no, very much so. I thought just in a general pressure sense, obviously the other Jonah Ellis played really well. Q Robinson had a couple flashes. And I don't know, the person that I guess I was most impressed with on that side was Red Murdoch. Led our team in tackles.
4 for 4.
Yeah, like just looked the part. So I'm super excited to see, what kind of run we get with him and the turnover machine that he is. He didn't get a turnover today, but he's due. He's always due.
Yeah. I was going to say with Red Murdoch, it sounds like when we drafted him, everyone always said like he's always where he needs to be. Yeah. Or like he's always there. He's always finding like wherever the ball or the sport is, like it can end up on the side of the field. He's going to be there. He's just great at tracking the ball and finding a way to put himself and insert himself into whatever chaos. And he usually causes the chaos when he gets there. Yep. So I'm quite excited for Red for sure. And then, yes, so Martin, we're going to jump right into Jonah Coleman and we'll end this next like 20, 30 minutes of the show with Jonah Coleman talk. So, yes, Martin says Coleman clearly has passed the eye test. What was crazy is there was a period during camp. Do you remember when like some of the reporters were out there saying that he looks like a rookie? They were saying he looks like a rookie. And then Sean came out and said he doesn't look like a rookie. It was like straight from the horse's mouth. I was like, what were the reporters seeing out there that made them feel that way? Maybe it was just because his first few days, of course, probably the first few days was an adjustment. Maybe that's it. But I mean, he looks great. The balance, vision, it's great.
I saw people on X bad mouthing him as well, like talking out of their ass of that rookie Coleman's really going to be a liability in the backfield for pass pro. Like you have no idea what you're talking about. Like that is the thing that differentiates him between him and the average rookie running back. There's always going to be haters, man. And there's definitely some people out there that are in the Harvey camp. But look at that box score. Look at the average running yards. And it is a copy and paste for RJ Harvey. It's like 3.2 yards a carry. That's not going to get her done. That is, again, the same old thing. It's small sample size, obviously, for one game. But in the same breath, Jonah has a 6.0. Like
absolutely. So yeah, I was gonna say that because 6-yard average. And again, he was making contact and proving like he had this balance to keep going. He was proving he has vision with some of those cutbacks. He was proving he has the vision. He has the balance.
Patience.
He didn't. I mean, we saw him go out. I think he caught a reception, right?
He did. Oh yeah, he caught 2. I want to say.
Yeah. I don't think we got much of. We didn't get to enjoy the pass blocking as much, but it's still there, and we'll see more of it. I saw some people saying, because Mike Washington had that big like 50-yard run. Some people online were saying, well, if he doesn't produce that, maybe then it's not what you want, because some people were big on Washington, and if we didn't get Coleman, that's who I wanted after Coleman. But no, I definitely think that he's passing the test. He has shown that, what was that, four attempts for 24 yards, again, 6-yard average. That's great.
Our guy, our celebrity president of Jonah Coleman fan club, Cecil Lammy, put it really well when he was talking about Mike Washington, of that. Like, yeah, Mike Washington's super fast. We all knew that before the draft, that was the MO on him. He's going to do things like that. But he's also going to fumble the ball because he was number 1 in the entire running back class for fumbles. And then he had like a ridiculous drop rate. So he can't catch the ball either. All of those things Jonah is far superior at. Jonah's not the fastest person in the world, but Cecil was like, I'm not comparing him to him, but like Terrell Davis ran like a 4.6. So like, you don't need to be the fastest person on your roster to be an efficient running back. It's all about patience and vision and knowing when to be fast and when to be patient. And Jonah, the patience was off the charts today. You can see how great a vision he has. The cutbacks that he did. I'm thinking of the one cutback where he had a great cut at the line and then drove his legs. Like he runs so low to the ground in gravity, kind of like Maurice Jones-Drew. Oh, you're gone? Oh, no. Can you not hear me? I can't hear you now. Maybe it's Cody. Better? Is it me? Maybe it's me. Well, Cody's going to work on it. But yeah, there's Tim Dog in the house. Okay, so Martin says, I hear Jay, but not Cody. I'm sorry, Cody. This time it's you. Thank you, Martin. But Tim Dog, yeah. We had you.
My back. I can't hear Jay. Can you hear Jay? But
yeah, you're skipping out. You're skipping in. Oh boy. Yeah, you're skipping in and out, Cody.
Keep moving. We'll fix this.
Dang, that's all right.
Fix this.
That's all right. But yeah, the patience at the line that Jonah showed was just one of those things that. Nope, I can't. Well, it's still like super choppy. Check your wires.
Oh boy. Damn. Okay.
It's all right.
Oh boy, guys.
Unplug and plug. Turn it off and turn it back on. The best IT advice in the world.
Mic check. Hello? Oh man, I can't hear nothing. Hello?
Nope. Very weird.
Oh man, guys, technical difficulties.
That's okay. Oh, do you wanna get out and come back in?
Play the studio.
All right. Well, he's gonna come back. He'll come back in here because I mean, you know, we're not gonna have bad juju when we're talking about Jonah for his first NFL game. All right, we're just not gonna have it. So IT problems be damned.
Check my.
Nope.
What the hell?
It's your connection. Oh. It's a connection thing.
Oh. Oh.
Here. All right, we got a yeah, Booby and Coach. Tim Dog. But yeah, it's just coming in and out. Well, now you're on mute.
Hear you. What about now?
There you go. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Huh?
Hey.
You're good now.
I hear you.
You're good now. Okay.
All right.
We're back.
Hey, I fixed my first major technical difficulty. That was my first real big one where I didn't know what to do. So I just exited the lobby, exit back in, checked every bit of the audio, unplugged the mic, plugged the mic back in. We're back. I saw you talking. I'm sure you were talking about Jonah Coleman.
I was. I can feel the air. That's okay.
Right on.
Martin,
that's gravity.
Yes, that's what we were talking about. I was talking about Maurice Jones-Drew and how on the specific run that I was speaking about or referencing, when he put his shoulders down and started grinding his feet, it his center of gravity was so small that it's no wonder he can bounce off tackles so easy because there's nothing to tackle. He's got the smallest limbs I've ever seen. Who is it? Oh my gosh. Desmond Bain, I think. I can't remember the basketball player I'm thinking of, but he's got little T-Rex arms, you know? And Jonah kind of has some weird, he's just got a weird looking body, not gonna lie. But it's a perfect body for the style of runner that he is. And Cody, he is set up as a characteristic of a running back that will age extremely well because his skill set is not predicated on pure athleticism and speed, which are the first things to go for running backs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, as long as he can avoid the Javonte Williams injury of keeping those feet moving, and then somebody packs onto your back and breaks your knee in half, as long as he can avoid that, this is the Jonah Coleman we're going to get for like years.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Dude, it's so exciting.
I will say Jonah is incredibly smart. People need to understand he's an incredibly smart running back. The man, go back and look at his like college and his high school GPAs. The man is a very smart man. And also, again, he was super fast. He looked like one of the fastest guys out there.
He was a captain in college every year for a reason. He's that guy. Like, he just has it. And trust us, like, Sean Payton does not give rookies any sort of like praise or accolade. So for him to go out of his way to like note Jonah of how well he looks, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it definitely is big. And, he was the first one. Again, I go back to the whole, out of the horse's mouth statement. It felt like for the first few days of camp, everyone was saying that Jonah looked like a rookie, but then he came out and said, no, he didn't. And everything like the what we were seeing from the clips or the tape or all the little workouts, from camp and stuff, the man looked like he belonged. And he definitely looks like he belongs after that game. Again, 4 attempts for 24 yards or something. Imagine if he had, a full half. You're probably looking at maybe almost 100 yards. He probably breaks one. Who knows?
He was dang close to breaking a couple of those. You could see it too. Like, when a running back gets up and like, slaps the ground. He's like, oh, I'm so damn close. Like,
and he could have had a touchdown. He could have had a touchdown.
Are you talking about in a natural, organic sense? Oh yeah, correct. That's what I thought you were referring to.
Well, because like he could have broke some of those for sure, but I'm saying like that Prentice touchdown, that was perfect. That was right there for Jonah's taking, and they gave it to Prentice. I was shocked that Prentice got 2 runs. I mean, he got the handoff at the goal line, but he also had one other. Yeah. I was surprised that using the fullback this early in the preseason. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, to each their own, and I get it, but I understand the need for throwing people off our trail in a defensive schematic standpoint of planning for our offense, and that's why you give touches to Prentice, to Nate Atkins, to your little Jordan Humphrey crap, like all those guys that maybe those touches, those opportunities could just give Jonah another run, give RJ another run, like. But at the end of the day, I get that it does keep the defense honest because you don't know who's getting what. Don't hurt Jay's feelings with it. The fullback is a dying breed. Okay, I'm all about having a fullback because it is a game changer in power running and goal line running, and it's a huge commodity. But that doesn't mean you need to like target him out of the backfield. It doesn't mean you need to give him the ball like in a plentiful sense. What was it? I'm pretty sure Prentice got some. At least I thought he did. Maybe he didn't. Thought he had a couple targets, but he did not. But 3 carries for 8 yards. And again, for looking at small sample sizes, mind you, it's 2.7 yards a carry. That's even worse than
RJ Harvey.
So I don't know. Everybody needs a rest, but I don't know. Small potatoes. The Adam Prentice fullback hate.
I was going to ask you, with this running back room, how do you expect these? I mean, obviously, like you wouldn't want to run JK out next week, probably. So between RJ and Jonah this next week, how much reps do you think they're actually going to give Jonah? Do you think they're going to pull him early again, or think they're going to let him run a little longer? I mean, it's not like we know this man's making the 53, so it's a matter of how much they want to play him. I think you could play him as much as you want during the preseason, but I also wouldn't be surprised to see them just pull him a little early because they want to have him ready to go.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to see just a 1/2 out of Harvey and Coleman, and I think they'll truly have a split carried backfield for that first half in a starters workout type of thing. And then second half, it's all about, Jaleel and Bede and, the Schrader boy. Schrader. Yeah, correct. Hank's son,
Hank loves Cody Schrader.
But yeah, man, that running back room is interesting. Very much so. Jaleel, yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of talked about that. Like that fumble might come back to haunt him. Not even for the Broncos, but just maybe for another team to maybe have an extra pause of like, ooh, don't like that. Like, it's a big deal to fumble in preseason if you're on a bubble for a roster spot in itself. It's a big deal.
So
can't get around it.
Let me ask you, how many running backs do you want to keep?
3. Only 3. The main 3, and then if you want to claim Prentice as, in that room, go for it. But I'm sure Prentice will probably be a practice squatter, I would think, and called up on game days. So goal line runs for Tim Dog, yeah. I never, ever, ever, ever want to see Harvey in red zone. I'll say that. We have Jonah Coleman. Like, there's just no reason. Like, that's his whole skill set. He's a bowling ball. So I don't know why you don't use that skill set he has. And I say the opposite in Harvey. I don't want Jonah probably on the field in 3rd and 19. I'd rather have Harvey. Go for it. Like, that's his skill set. And that's why there'll be a great 1-2 punch for years to come. I love Harvey.
So, like, I'll say Jonah can easily catch out of the backfield, but if you're asking me who I want catching out of the backfield, it's RJ.
It's Harvey.
But if you ask me who I want taking that ball with 1 or 2 yards on the end zone, of course it's going to be Jonah Coleman.
Yep. Correct.
And then you could say with JK, I guess you got the best of both worlds because he could do both. He can catch out of the backfield. It just, no one thinks about that. We don't even utilize him like that either. He's just your bulldozer.
JK's very well rounded, and that's why he's such a good running back, because he literally can do everything. There's not a whole lot of weakness to JK's game other than injury, obviously. So we're embarrassment of riches in that room, man.
I'll say this about JK. I think he could make a great running back coach. He can make a great running back coach in this league. Think about the injury. That's some great lessons that the man could teach some young running backs about injuries.
You got to be so mentally strong.
That one injury does not stop you from having a long career, because he has proven it over and over again. Injuries can't slow you down unless you let them, or unless they physically stop you, I guess.
Very true. Very true. Injuries are going to happen. You got to be mentally strong to get through them.
Absolutely. And I love this, that you put this as Jay told you about Jonah. I love that you put that there, because you did tell us. You've been telling us since draft night, right? Or before then.
Yeah. In prep for draft is kind of where I first discovered. Now, I will give, Cecil Lammey was the first in all of Broncos media, all of Broncos country. He is the beginning of the Jonah movement. But I trust Cecil in his evaluation of draft prospects specifically. He is a huge Senior Bowl person, very connected, and, has been doing the scout scene, for a long, long time. So once I saw the tape of Jonah, I was sold. Like, in the combination of Cecil's stamp of approval and what I saw with my own eyes, it was amazing to get him where we did in the draft. Steal the draft, no question.
Yeah, it was last week or maybe the week before. I heard Cecil at camp, and he was talking about, with Jonah Coleman and with Jake. I don't remember who he was with, but they were asking about what happens if JK goes down, and he says you just slide Jonah Coleman in and you see zero drop off. And I can believe that. I could believe
he
that.
was serious.
It's either the same performance or just about or even better. It's the floor from JK to Jonah is not far at all. It's not far. Yep. I mean, yes, the only difference is one of them's a rookie. That's about that. But besides, I'm not worried one bit. I thought Ingram looked pretty good. In those Cortland passes, Ingram was drawing some attention. People need to go back and watch those Cortland receptions, but Ingram opened up some of that, center of the field. He really gave Cortland some like one-on-one opportunities out there.
Dude, but did you see the brutal drop Ingram had on third down?
This is a whole Jaleel discussion almost. Even though we've seen Jaleel do it for more years than Ingram. Ingram had a good catch and all that, but then that drop.
Yep, and you ruin it, just like the Jaleel fumble. You're totally right.
Yeah, I don't care. You can have a good touchdown, and you can reception. You can go run the ball a few good times, but then you fumble it. No one's going to care.
Yep, your negatives still outweigh your positives. You're still a net negative for your efforts on the day. Yeah, man, you got to have that. That's why you're on the team. You're a veteran, sure-handed tight end. Like, if you can't catch the ball, Evan Ingram, why the hell are you on this team? Because you certainly can't block. So, my boy, David Marshall, David Talk Sports, he has an amazing opinion and agenda of that Evan Ingram should be traded for a box of, Cracker Jacks, and he should be traded for something of value because he is not bringing a whole lot to the table to this offense. And I have said the same thing about Marvin Mims. It doesn't matter how good a player you are. It's how much the coaches trust you, how many opportunities they're going to give you, and what you do with them in a consistency sense. And he has fallen short on all of those things. So, you know what? Some other team might covet him, but we don't, obviously. So, let's move on. That's my 2 cents.
If a team before the trade deadline is inquiring about him, what do you think is his actual trade value, and what would you want for him? Do you think there's much for him in terms of trade value, like a 6th or 5th, or not even a 7th?
Not in a draft capital sense. No. It would be for a plug and play veteran in some position of need.
Type trade.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give Evan Ingram up for a 7th round draft pick. That makes no sense. But if we could get a solidified actual QB2, sign me up. Absolutely. Send Stidham and him off to somewhere and get something, that is legit behind Bo.
Marcus Mariota.
Absolutely.
I would love Marcus Mariota with Bo Nix. 2 Oregon QBs.
Mac Jones in San Francisco. Let's go. There are people out there. And we're a Super Bowl contending team. We have to have a backup plan to Bo. Bo has an injury history. Sorry about it, but it's true. We need to account for it. And we haven't done anything to account for it so far. I don't trust Stiddy. Even this performance tonight looked good. He did look good. He played really well. But again, we're in the preseason and he had all the starters. And so I cannot wait to see Stiddy next week when he doesn't have Cortland Sutton balling out.
If Stiddy's doing this in the 4th quarter next week and he's killing it,
I'll be wrong.
Then we're okay,
yep.
maybe
I'll be wrong.
Yeah, because then at that point, then maybe there is no better option. If you can do it against with the 3s and the 4s, against the 3s and the 4s, who knows?
That's why I just had so much hope for Sammy, because Sammy profiles far closer to Bo than Stiddy, and it makes no sense to me, at least, to have a backup that is a completely different type of quarterback than your starter. You want to have a junior version of your starter so that your offense in a consistency sense can stay on schedule, stay on game plan. It doesn't affect your offensive line as much. It doesn't affect, your skill players, because they already expect a quarterback to roll out and play with his feet and buy time. Stiddy ain't doing any of that. He's throwing backwards. It just, I don't know. There's so many other routes we can go. And maybe Cody, maybe we all don't understand, and we can't see the forest through the trees. Maybe Taysom Hill is our quarterback too, and we just don't know it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that signing happens, after some cuts
Pretty soon.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
You trim the fat off this roster, and then next thing you know, you feel like you have some room, and here he comes.
Well, and I tell you this, Cody, if we fast forward AFC Championship game, Stidham or Taysom Hill starting next year, we're not rolling out steady. It's Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill all the way. Yep. So that's all you need to know to me.
No matter what, whether it's athletically, whether it's I like the capability there.
Taysom Hill, I'm more confident in us getting through a couple games than Stidham in a couple game sense. I think we all should agree that if Bo goes down season-ending type of injury, we're effed no matter who our QB2 is. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It would have been that way with John Elway with the whole Bubby Brister year, right? It would have been that same thing. If John Elway, if it was a season-ending injury, everyone would have given hope up. But it was, we believe there's an opportunity. He's going to be back. We just got to roll with Bubby for a few weeks, and that's easy.
That's the same exact thing. Brock Osweiler, Peyton Manning, the exact same thing.
And if you think about it, the only times minus the Packers Super Bowl, minus that year, the other two times we've won Super Bowls, we've had to do it with a quarterback issue during the regular season. And that's why you got to have that QB, like you said.
Yep. 100% true. It's a long taxing season. And that's why you have to be deep, which we are. We check that box finally. We have a deep team. We've drafted well, and we're showing out in the preseason. Except for one position.
And Cornbread, if Cornbreadimus was here, man, Cornbreadimus would be letting us know, because the man loves some Tanner McKee. He loves some Marcus Mariota.
Tanner McKee, that's right. The giant, 6'8" quarterback.
See, if trades and money weren't if we knew that we could just make it happen like it's Madden, and we just can punch a few things in, and we know it's going to happen, you give me Marcus Mariota, give me Jameis Winston, or give me Taysom Hill, give me Tanner McKee, any of those four, I think, because two of them have experience in the Sean Payton offense, but then I think Mariota is athletic enough and capable enough still. And then I think the same about McKee. I think McKee's capable enough too of a backup. He got knocked around in tonight's game, and they just pulled him because they know how important he is. Yeah, of course, because
Daniels is made of glass. Daniels is made of glass.
We haven't mentioned a certain number today, right? We're safe from Jaden Daniels. We haven't mentioned a certain number.
Oh my God. That's so stupid.
God. Okay. That's crazy.
How did we go from 6-7 to now 5? When's 4 starting? When's the 4 trend?
All I know is I woke up and everyone said respectfully, yada yada. I won't use the 5 for Jaden McDaniels. There's a reason why Mariota's staying with that team, and that's because they know they have an injury-prone starting quarterback.
100%.
And if anyone has a quarterback that's more injury prone, it's definitely Washington than Denver. We all know that Bo has his issues, but Bo has also proven he has a history of he'll have an injury and then he'll go on for a good year or two before another injury, and he'll have some great success in that time period. And then that's why this ankle, I like to think that it's not here to bug us this year. Maybe next year. Hopefully it's not here to bug us this year, because this ankle's been reoccurring ever since high school. But it's not that big.
Yeah, it's not. I would rather him break a bone than have a soft tissue issue that is lingering for long term. Look at Aaron Gordon's, terrible end to his career. And make
we
no
know
mistake,
how you feel about Aaron Gordon, and we know how much you love Aaron.
Yeah, but he's fried, man. He's never going to be the same player just because he wouldn't let a hamstring heal. So break all the ankles you want, Bo. Just don't tear your hamstring or, something like that.
Now that I have Jaden Daniels on my mind, over under on when and we're not banking on injuries, but the man has gotten hurt so often. Do you think that he plays a full uninjured year this year? Jaden Daniels? No, I mean, exactly.
Of course not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he plays too much of a, at least he's not like Jackson Dart looking for the contact. That's the one thing I give him credit for is he'll try to be shifty or he'll actually slide or he'll actually go out of bounds. Dart just runs into linebackers and doesn't care. So
Davis Mills is a great backup, Martin.
Yes.
I like Davis Mills for what he is. Like,
and there was
not,
a period
it's not
he
a
started
star.
for the Texans too. What year was it? But he got some good starting time in like 2022 or 3, I think. He got some good starting time.
Right before CJ Stroud, correct?
Yes. No, he's a good backup for sure.
But there's
no
people
problem.
out there.
Mm-hmm.
I really had the pipe dream of Anthony Richardson before I actually saw him play. But that dude is straight garbage. So never mind.
He has all those tools. He has the tools. It's just he's gone down the drain. It's like Kyler Murray minus the height. He has all the tools because that's one tool he doesn't have is the height still. He doesn't have a ladder in his toolbox. But besides that, he has all the tools. It's just up in here because he's too busy playing, Call of Duty and all that.
Yep. It's not his fault he can't read.
Are you what do you think Kyler's going to do in Minnesota? Because I know we play them in the preseason coming up. Technically, I don't know if they're going to run Kyler out there week 3 or not, but
doubtful.
What do you think about Kyler and the Vikings? I'm just curious.
I'm a massive Kevin O'Connell fan. I think anything Kevin O'Connell touches turns to gold, i.e. Sam Darnold. But I think Kyler Murray is actually going to do extremely well. I think there's going to be a resurgence for Kyler, and they're not going to make the same mistake again. They will lock Kyler Murray up, and somehow, dude, he's going to get another large franchise quarterback contract with Minnesota. I truly believe that.
Before it was Sam Darnold, who else did Kevin O'Connell have? What was it? It was Kirk, right?
Correct. It was Kirk. Correct.
And he made Kirk look good. He made Darnold look good. Maybe he can make Kyler Murray look good. I mean,
he's got that McVay. He's got that McVay magic with quarterbacks, man.
Man, he's just churning them out. How soon until Zach Wilson ends up there? That's where he should go. Is if Zach Wilson wants playing time and a chance to have a resurgence, that's where he should win.
I'll tell you what, I would take Zach Wilson on this roster QB2 before I'll take Stidham and Sammy. 100%.
He has so much starting experience too. People need to forget that starting experience helps later on in life.
But again, he profiles far closer to the same type of player as Bo. He can be mobile. Like he has the same style.
He's kind of a gamer.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Baker a little bit.
Yep.
That's why I like the Baker Bo.
We F that up. We F that up something fierce, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he chose to leave, because he knew there wasn't a future here.
All right, Jay, before I let you out of here, any things that are on your mind that you think maybe we haven't hit on that you want to ask me or is on your mind real quick?
I guess the only other, position that I wanted to kind of hear your 2 cents on was the cornerback room, but aside from Riley Moss, because obviously Riley Moss looked really good. Riley Moss has looked really good in camp for a long, long time. But the player that I was looking for that I didn't really get to see a whole lot, that I'd like to know where you are on this side of the room, like Chris Abrams-Drain, like the bottom side of the cornerback room, and kind of making sure that we have, obviously really good depth in there. What did you see out of just, general CBs tonight?
I mean, it felt like there's a small period in there where you started to see Atlanta get a little bit of momentum, and maybe that was due to some of that, cornerback play. Real quick, I need you to confirm this because we have 25 on offense. We have Austin is playing 25 as DB as well, right?
Yes.
That was confusing
you're right.
Because I was like, why do we have 2 25s out there? I don't know.
Correct. And why are they giving Strap Harris's number out to begin with? But you're right. Brent Austin they list it as 25D.
Okay, because Cody Schrader, I think, is 25, right?
Correct. He's 25-0. That's so stupid, man. for Christ's sakes, can't we just find another number?
Double digits on different for both positions now on offense and defense.
Kyrie's Rowan 37-0 because isn't Riley Moss? Is that not Riley Moss's number?
No, Riley's 21.
Who's 37 on defense? Oh, Sean Fresh.
Oh,
again, why are we repeating numbers?
Camp, there are enough numbers. Stupid. Do they know this? There are enough numbers. It's just because some people don't want to wear certain numbers.
Ricardo Hallman, 32D. What the hell? I never noticed this, Cody.
Yeah, no, I was confused. I was like, is Cody Schrader playing corner, or is is 25 who plays corner playing running back right now?
This is odd. Is this
there's enough numbers. Why are they doing that?
I don't see no, never mind. One Atlanta number is reused, 39.
I don't know. I don't think
so
you don't
stupid,
have to reuse,
dude.
Right? It just sounds like people don't want to use stupid numbers, but that's what camp is about, is wearing the number you don't want to wear.
Correct. Like, you're a multi-billion-dollar, we can afford different jerseys, right? Like, we already bought the nameplates or the number plates, so we're just recycling.
Either way, I'll say there's enough numbers to go around, so it still doesn't make sense. Because like even when I was in high school and I showed up, I may have been like a wide receiver, but they gave me 74, and they say, "Here you go." That's an offensive tackle number, and it's like, "Yep, go catch passes." That's almost as bad as Hakeem Butler out there, number 30, and someone who had a down game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we talking about stock down here.
Yeah,
there was no one that had a worse night.
Sure.
No one had a worse night than him, in my opinion.
Yep. Hakeem Butler, down game. Everyone. This was the guy who was the UFL offensive MVP, like
two-time.
Yeah,
2-time. And he didn't do anything, like nothing.
And see, that's the thing. Maybe there are truly levels to this, because this is not his first stint into the league, and for it to look that way, I'll give him. Maybe I'll give him a little break and see. We'll see if this continues for a second game in a row. But either way, that was very disappointing.
Very. You expect more out of an offensive weapon wearing number 30. If you're giving out number 30, it should be to somebody that is actually going to move the needle and someone that we can get excited about, not someone that's going to put up 0 burgers and do nothing. Disrespectful.
I think they need to make a Broncos fan the equipment guy that handles these numbers, because Broncos fans would understand the meaning behind these numbers. Maybe they just like, oh well, he's not a running back, he's like 6'5". Why not? But clearly that number doesn't belong out there. I would have felt disrespected. Honestly, when it comes to like retiring numbers, you can't retire them all. But I'm at the point where I think maybe you can do retire it for like 10, 15 years, then make it available again or something.
Yeah, like or that is not a number that's available in the off season. Like if you make the 53, then sure you get approved. But like I don't want some chump that isn't even going to make the roster to have a Hall of Fame legendary number.
At least Phil asked to wear. I know Phil is a running back, and we've had DBs wear 30. I doubt that.
Caden Stearns, I think.
Yeah, we've had Caden Stearns. We had what was it? David Bruton. We've had plenty of guys wear the 30, and it's just because it was a running back that everyone got so offended. But I think because of the fact that it was like a 6'5", 200 something plus wide receiver, they just didn't care. No one really thought about it one bit. But to me, it just came off as disrespectful, giving out that number to just some guy.
Yeah, that's like giving 88 to Nick Van Nett.
Nick Van Nett. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, what about Jeff Hireman? You remember Jeff Hireman?
I sure do.
Oh man,
I sure do. Jeff Hireman.
We should just do an episode where we talk about old Broncos tight ends.
Absolutely. We got Jeb Poutier. Remember Jeb Poutier? Yeah.
That's a pull.
There's some good ones, man. There's some good ones.
I'll forever be a Virgil Green fan, just like of Brandon Marshall, because they're Reno guys, University of Nevada guys.
Yeah.
So I may be a big UNLV guy, but I got respect for anyone that plays in the state of Nevada. So
there you go.
On real quick, offense or defense, besides Hakeem Butler, anyone else that's losers? because I didn't think about it. I didn't put any losers aside. I had a whole note that was winners, but no losers.
I mean, obviously, we already touched on this, but Jaleel. I think Jaleel, just the turnover is massive.
What about Bidet? Did you feel like you saw much from Bidet? Not really either. No,
not really. No. I think
Jonah and his performance is something that both those two should be worried about.
Yeah, I mean, not enough evidence to give me an opinion on Bidet, in my opinion, to right now. Let me see here. Who's the other? I mean, do we need to talk about Lutz and missing? Like,
no, that was
dude. This is a preseason game. You should be able to like get your shit together. Like, that's not a good sign, because that's a confidence position. And as soon as that bubble pops of your confidence level in that player, you look at them completely different throughout the whole season. So that's in the back of my head.
Yeah, did Let's come up on your guys' show earlier? I think he did at one point, right? No,
I don't think so. We didn't really touch on it a whole lot. Okay, not Let's specifically. No,
I know that. So like, some people are pretty big on Let's. There's a few Broncos fans that are not. If it's like 50 or under kick, I'm like, yeah, this guy is usually like
automatic.
You know, he's automatic. Go get it. You know, as Sean says, go get me one. But if it's over 50, I've had my worries with Lutz this last year or so, and I do want, there's some teams like you have Jacksonville, they have a kicker that can kick over 60 plus yards, no worries. You got Dallas with Brandon Aubrey, you got the Chargers with Dicker the kicker. There's some good kickers out there, and it's cool to be accurate under 50, but we're getting to a day and age where 60-yard field goals, especially in 5-10 years, are going to be the norm. Like, we're seeing them more and more often each year. We saw more last year than we did the year before, and I think it's going to be something that we should expect. You want a kicker that could start kicking 50 plus easy, and I do worry about him with some extra distance.
A little bit. So I mean, just can't see anything more. You can have one mistake, that's fine, but like, get those mistakes out of you right now, because we can't afford to lose any games by Will Lutz.
Let's see. There was a problem with special teams, not just him. What was it? Was it like a snap? Was it a snap thing? Was it a Crawshaw thing?
Yeah, I mean,
I might have to go rewatch it.
I mean, to your point, with every blocked field goal, sometimes it's the kicker for kicking it too low, but other times it's like, oh, wow, Alex Forsyth, you let someone run you over, and that's why that got blocked.
I mean, you are down on some of these centers, so maybe it was your snapper.
True. Ortega, whoever the hell was snapping the ball. Sure.
Yeah.
That's totally, that's valid.
I know we signed a guy. I didn't even take the time to remember his name.
I don't remember his name either.
I locked in Ortega's name, and I told myself that's your center, I believe.
Yup.
Well, I mean, same Throckmorton, with me. Was he out there? Was Throckmorton out there?
Was.
I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Throckmorton played center as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get these guys back, though. Hopefully you get Forsyth back, Wattenberg back. Again, it sounds like Forsyth should be back next week. I just, at this point, don't even play Wattenberg.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't play him if he's even borderline injury. Absolutely not. We need him week 1.
When I think about starting centers and injuries and stuff, I just immediately think of Matt Paradis and the Iron Man that he was. Man, the man was going through so much, and he would literally not practice a whole week at times and just show up and play in the game. And he was he was so legit. I got nothing but love for Matt Paradis and being an Iron Man for what he did. It just makes me think about Wattenberg, and that I'm like, I don't know if Wattenberg has that kind of toughness as Paradis has. I can't think of a center that played with the toughness as Paradis did. There's very few that, with the injuries. It's one thing to be a tough center, like a tough guy, but to battle those kinds of injuries. I don't think Jason Kelsey ever had to battle those kinds of injuries in one single year like Paradis did. That was crazy.
Yeah, not really. I was just looking it up. The only other center that I would look at, Lloyd Cushenberry. I know that he is not a Titan anymore, but interesting. He's a Buffalo Bill.
Oh,
he's interesting. So he's got to be like the backup center for Buffalo.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. Huh.
Maybe we'll by the time we play them, whether it's the regular season or in the postseason, maybe we'll be seeing Lloyd Cushenberry out there.
Maybe. I mean, it was still crazy to see Dalton Reisner out there in the NFL plan. So,
oh man, that's crazy.
It is. It is.
Is he still a Bengal or is he anywhere else?
Yeah, Cincinnati, I believe. Yep.
Well, he's still starting too, right? I believe he's still starting. I
believe so.
Good for him.
I think so.
That starting offensive lineman money for another few more years. Good for him.
Yep. He restarted his career in Minnesota. He actually got got back up on his feet.
Yeah. I was a big Reisner fan. Of course, we think back to the whole, shoving Brett Rippon thing and the Latavius Murray. I became a Latavius Murray fan immediately when that happened. I don't care where he went or anything about him. I'm just like, I love Murray, defending your quarterback like that. I would have done the same thing. I don't care if you're a DB, an O lineman, D line, and you shove my QB, I'm going to shove you without even question. So good on Murray. All right, Jay. It's been a fun hour. I appreciate you. Did you get that cat nap in, or did you stay up the whole time?
I played Madden.
Oh, that's a good way to pass time.
Yeah. I'll give you a little secret here. So I got Madden fired up, got my franchise started. First thing I did, went in, edit players, got Jonah up to, I think I got him like an 89 overall. A little modest, but I wanted to have a little fun. Go out Monday Night Football in Kansas City, ran for like 320 yards, 5 tutties. Like it just, blew off some steam, live my own reality.
Man, it's crazy to think that we are just, 2-3 weeks from that matchup.
Yeah,
we're so close.
I will be there. I'm excited, man.
I'm excited for you, man. So you'll be at week 1, right?
Uh-huh.
You'll be at week 2, right?
Yep.
With your boys.
Yep.
Yeah,
it'll be an awesome back-to-back. Hey, come on out, man. Come on out.
Right. We got to get you out here for a Bronco Raider game. That would be very fun.
Yeah, I got to do that, man. I've been to Vegas, I think 3 or 4 times, but I've never been to a Raider game. So got to do that, man. It's on the list.
Well, we got to get you to a Broncos bar out here too. There's a few good ones, and I keep telling people about them. There's some cool Broncos bars out here, and
nice.
Yeah, we'll take you to Jake's Broncos bar on Sahara and Eastern. Good vibe.
Hell yeah. Can I wear my robe?
Yeah, you can wear whatever you want.
Oh, perfect. I mean, it is Vegas. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, well, no birthday suits. I think the cops still aren't fans of that.
Yeah, grease some palms,
Right. All right, guys. Well, if you got any questions, we'll give you 1 or 2 minutes. Drop them in real quick. We'll see if we can get some questions. If not, we're gonna let you guys go. We're gonna have a great night, and they're practicing tomorrow, right? I think they practice tomorrow or the day after.
Really? I hope they don't practice tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow or the day after? Let me.
I would think it'd probably be day after. There's no way they're practicing tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably just a travel day.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is then. Let's see. So it says next practice will be August 17th. So Monday. It's an open practice too, so I think the fans will be there.
There you go.
Great show, fellas. Hey, Tim, thank you for showing up.
Dude, Tim is still up. He's on brand tonight as well.
With us, Tim.
We're still up, Tim. We're still rocking it. Let's go.
All right, guys. We're going to exit this with one last thing, guys. Go check us out. We're at 138. Go check us out. Besides that, go check out Orange and Blue Network right here. This is where you can find Jay Weaver, where you can find Tim Dog and all these amazing people, George, Dak, Johnny. We can keep going. Orange and Blue, Bronco Libre. Orange and Blue is filled with the best people. So go check out Orange and Blue. Jay even has a cat. So, go check out Orange and Blue. Go hang out with the cats. We love our cats here.
We sure do. Although he got me something fierce the other day. I don't know if you can see on my face. I got a big old scratch on my face.
I see it.
Yeah, he's a little dickhead. Slapped me right on my face.
Mine got me for a computer screen the other day, so.
Yeah, RIP to that screen, man. That's brutal stuff.
It was like a $125 computer screen that got barely any use, and I was just about to move it to the other side of the room so it can get used, and it broke. But the audio mixer won that fight, so at least I know it's a good quality audio mixer.
Hey, there you go. I mean, somebody's got to win.
Right. So yeah, guys, go check out Orange and Blue real quick. Go subscribe if you're not. They're working their way to 1,000. You got a Nick Bonito helmet up for the grabs, right?
We do. For the 1,000th sub, as soon as that ticker hits for 1,000, we are going to give that away. And by that time, I think I have another giveaway that will coincide with that. So we may be picking 2 names out. We'll see here.
Nice. That's definitely worth keeping your guys' eyes out for sure. So go check out Orange and Blue. Go subscribe. Make sure your profile is set to public, right? So that you guys know.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that we know who you are. If you're private, we won't see you, and we'll have to, roll the dice again, roll the wheel again. So
yeah. So definitely go check out Orange and Blue Network, guys. Yeah, my mother has already said she did join. You're entered. So, you 1 in 1,000 chance. And for all you know, not all that 1,000 will have a public profile. So maybe the odds get better.
Based upon the last giveaway, they won't. So your odds are pretty well.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on X. Go check us out on Instagram and TikTok, of course. With that being said, guys, this is Jay Weaver from Orange and Blue Network. This is Cody Chapa from Still Up Sports, and we hope you guys have a wonderful day. Have a great night.
Thank you, Cody. What a show! What a guy! Let's go.